Hi everyone, my name is Sean. I'm the co-founder of Sage, short for Sharing and Gaining Experiences. Today, I'd like you to meet Charles. Charles grew up in a single-parent family, which means that growing up, he had access to half the amount of parental support. But just like 80% of Singaporean youths, Charles felt fearful and anxious about his transition to adulthood. He craved for career and life advice. Thankfully, Charles was proactive, and so he met many supportive individuals, including a life coach who was willing to guide him for free. Today, he has made a successful career switch into software engineering and is my partner in crime at Sage. Unfortunately, Charles is an exception. Did you know that more than half of youths do not know where to go for career and life advice? Why have existing solutions failed to address this gap? Well, firstly, search engines use generic results that do not provide sufficient clarity for youths. Next, connecting via existing social media platforms is at best unreliable and at worst dangerous. Finally, mentorship programs take up too much time. That's why I like to propose Sage as a solution. Sage is an online knowledge-sharing platform that enables the sharing of personalized experiences in a safe and convenient manner. We currently feature a directory of Sages for those who are interested to reach out to anytime and anywhere. And these features are currently complemented with personalized recommendations, strict verification procedures, and a new fast-free way to seek help, which I'll be elaborating more on later. Since launching our MVP, a Telegram bot, we have gained, moving on, we believe that everybody with the heart to share deserves to share, and therefore, our Sages consist of both university undergrads and working professionals. However, to ensure the quality of our Sages, the majority of them are known as Sage trainees, while only those with prior experience in guiding others are known as Sages. Since launching our MVP, a Telegram bot, we have gained more than 350 users. We have also gotten the support of Sages from multiple established organizations, including the CTO of Microsoft Singapore, who is still connecting with youths till today. In fact, it is due to such growth that we have plans to launch the beta release of Sage Rep in February 2022, making it far easier to sign up and connect with our Sages on board our platform. And our growth is representative of larger market trends too. ADP List, a global mentorship platform for designers, has gained more than 4,000 mentors, while Future Lab recently clinched $400,000 in seed funding just last September. Yes, the knowledge sharing space is a competitive one. However, we're differentiating ourselves by designing a youth-centric platform and by focusing on broad-based knowledge sharing. As youths, we have been ignored one too many times on existing social media platforms because our profiles may not be adequately developed compared to career veterans. That's why we are also pleased to announce that more than 99% of requests sent to our Sages has been accepted within 7 days. Furthermore, with our emphasis on broad-based knowledge sharing, we hope to appeal to a wider base of youths, not just those who are already career-driven. And to do this, we have launched our Ask Me Anything sessions, where youths may seek help from our Sages beyond career guidance. And while just about anything can be asked, we strive to ensure that more than 75% of these sessions are related to higher education and career development, while the remaining 25% are used to encourage the less career-driven to start planning their career pathways today. How do we do this? The Sage team provides conversation starters related to higher education and career development, and at the same time, intentionally ask questions related to these two themes. Finally, these sessions offers a more convenient way to seek help without establishing a formal connection. Moving forward, Sage aims to introduce 4 revenue streams. Firstly, a freemium-based model where our apprentices are charged $5 a month, equivalent to 1 cup of bubble tea. Next, an affordable life coaching marketplace where Sage earns 10% commission out of every session booked. Thirdly, advertising. And finally, B2B partnerships. Because of our low operational costs, we are confident that we will break even within a year of charging. However, for today, we aim to focus on refining our product and building our community, and hence aims to rely on grants. Moving forward, Sage aims to refine Sage Rep within the next 2 years, and from the data collected in 2022, to introduce one-to-one AI recommendations from 2023 onwards. Sage has gotten this far because our team is made up of youths who have faced this issue and are committed to branding it for those that come after us. Going back to and therefore we are asking for 50K to accelerate our user growth and tech developments. Going back to Charles, he required both luck and effort to find the right people at the right time. However, do we really want luck to play such a huge role in shaping the future of our next generation? If your answer is no, then I'd like to invite you to join us in creating a world where every single youth knows where to get the advice they need whenever they need it. Thank you.
Maybe I'll go first. Since advisory is on the slide, I feel like I should help it a little bit here. So one of the experiences that we had at Advisory is actually with Future Lab. We actually did a pilot together to bring together the technology as well as the expertise when it comes to matching. So a few pieces of feedback that you might want to think about when you do this. First off is that a lot of mentors want to help young people, but they don't like the inconvenience of new platforms as well. So a key thing to think about is how you're going to be bringing people onto the platform and keeping them there and keeping them coming back. The second thing that you might want to think about is youth readiness. And what I mean by that is ad hoc conversations are great for young people, but a lot of young people don't come in with a very focused approach, which also kind of irritates working professionals sometimes when they answer the same questions or questions that can be Googleable. So another thing to think about is in a freemium model, how are your users prepared for these conversations? Last one, I think, is just that your budget has quite a bit on development, both in terms of freelancers and interns that you need to bring in. So you have to think a little bit about how you're going to be sustaining this if you don't have the funds to have such a large team. Yeah, just some thoughts. Thanks.
Thank you. So I'm not too okay. I guess I can address some of the comments. With regards to I believe your second comment on how do we ensure that I guess the youths are prepared to establish these formal conversations with the mentors. I actually therefore feel that we are currently complementing it with our Ask Me Anything sessions, whereby yes, while some of the questions are indeed perhaps Googleable, I think that the answers provided by these stages are ones that will be available for everybody to view. So hopefully, while the stage still needs to answer this question once, it's something that they only have to do it once and they won't have to repeat themselves.
Yeah, so to actually add on, I think it is worthwhile to actually consider Sage as more like a digital human library. So unlike a structured mentorship program, we actually believe that like the relationship between a mentor and a mentee should be self-selective. So it's a bit like if you go to a library, right? You find a book and then you read the first few chapters. If you may not click with the mentor, and it may not last the full term of a structured mentorship program. So if you don't actually click with the mentor, then okay, you can close the book and reach out to another mentor. As for the quality of questions, right, actually if you do use the bot, currently our measures is that every request that is sent from a mentee to a mentor, we implement a word limit, that rather like a minimum word count of 25 words. I mean, we agree that more can be done, but so far these are the measures that we put in place to ensure quality of questions. As for also to add on, after every connection, we ask both the mentor and mentee for like references so that they can accurately reflect whether they have benefited from the connection that they have with one another. Yeah.
So regard to the readiness of a mentor adopting the tech platform, right? So what we currently do is we personally onboard mentors, either as a group or one, to actually go through the platform with them and say how they can actually use the platform and connect with you. Yeah, so there's a short answer for that.
Thanks for the presentation. So my questions are, number one, because you are broad-based vis-a-vis other platforms which are more focused into a specific skill set or at least topic for careers, then what is your go-to market strategy, right? Because then if you're a platform for everyone, they say marketing, you sort of, it's very hard to get it, to relay what your value proposition is. Now, number two is how do you measure outcomes if it's very much on an ad hoc, on-demand basis?
Hi, hello, okay, thanks for a good question. So maybe let me address the go-to-market strategy first. Yeah, so our ideal goal is to really serve all the use, right? But we also do understand that being so, I guess, unfocused may lead to kind of us not having the critical user mass yet, and therefore our use aren't actually able to connect with the stages that they are looking for. That's why to start with, we're actually focusing on two industries in particular: STEM industry, healthcare industry, and that's where we have gotten our early adopters from. So at the same time, we're also focusing on pre-university students looking for higher educational guidance, as well as current university undergraduates looking for to enter the job market. So this is our current focus, but moving forward, we do hope to expand into other industries.
So just like to add on the impact matrix factor, right? So for that, especially because you also mentioned that we are an ad hoc program, so everyone come in with a different objective, which we curate when we have the sign-up process. So we know them what are they coming out for. So some are for career advice, some are just to seek out for industry-specific knowledge, some are just for interview skills and knowledge. So their needs are very different. So what we are trying to do is, at first they sign up, we get their interest, then after 6 months, we create them and say how useful are they, have you achieved your goal from signing up on this platform. So it's not just, so mentorship have their own self, like criteria or their own benchmark, but for ours is more personalized in that sense.
And sorry, if I may add on the personalized, but I understand that time is short. But actually, while it's not scalable, what we actually are manually doing is for every single youth that come aboard, right? Because we already know what objective they want. Say they are looking to enter the job market, we will personally recommend them 3 profiles that we believe are good stages for them to talk to. And these people is because we have personally, as of now, talked to all the 80 different stages that have come aboard our platform.
Also to add on to the point on why we actually want to go for a broad-based knowledge sharing approach, right? It's also basically from my own experience, thank you Ijin for advisory because I benefited from it. So like I feel that through my experience on advisory, in order for me to fully benefit from the mentorship program, I needed to have already known what I really wanted, the kind of industry, the kind of occupation that I want. Whereas for us, we want to be, maybe like for Kinobi, you guys want to be like the accelerator for career, right? We are sort of like the incubator, I guess, so they get a better understanding of their career direction. So that's why we also measure the impact matrix of like, within a time horizon, do they have a greater clarity of what they want in their career? Yeah.
Right, thank you team. Any quick comments from Mr. Kenny or Ms. Ang? If not, thank you so much team. Thank you judges for the comments and
Thank you.